Hello everyone, I'm High Treason, and the building moved, look at that. It's like empty now. Technically not, it just moved from where it was. It's weird how that... Oh yeah, we did look at that car, didn't we? And these all had... Yeah, I remember the two, so I hadn't played in a few days. Oh, there's gasoline in there. I'll put that in my car. Look at this thing. I still like this car. This is like, what, part 24 now? It's got to be part 24. I'm not touching the gas. We're already past, like, the distance we're supposed to keep this car for, because it's actually made really good progress. And I think it's the next part where we're scheduled to ditch it. Oh man, you know, I've said this about nearly every car, but this one I don't know. I just really don't feel good about getting rid of this one. I hope the game doesn't erase it. I hope it's still there when we drive it back. If this car, like I've said, I'm going to drive it all the way to the end anyway. But, like, you know, on a separate sort of set of saves, I'm going to come back and do it. But, you know, I'll get it. When I get to the end in what you're seeing, I will, like, have a break from doing this, but in that time, when I'm not uploading anything, I'll be driving this car to the end on, like, a separate save. And then, like, you know, when I come back, like, to drive, like, all the way back, because I'm going to do that, then obviously I'll show you that we got this one all the way to the end. Of course, in theory, I could just get another car like this near the end and just paint it this colour, and you'd probably never know. But I won't do that. I don't fuck about. And when I do fuck about, I tell you. But yeah, you know, I am tempted to just not give this car up, even though this problem of it bottoming out is going to get worse the farther we drive. Like, I am really tempted to just keep this car. We will start looking to ditch it in the next part, but I mean, we're going to have driven it a long way. It's probably going to have done, like, well, at least 300k. We aim for 50 per part, so, you know, in theory we should hit that today. This terrain really is getting a bit more extreme than it used to be, isn't it? I don't want to go much faster than 120 because it does get really sort of awkward to drive past that speed. This car doesn't handle well, as we know. I had a nice surprise today. I woke up and I just had music in my head. Like, you know, I was like, oh, I better get back to work on that music soon. I've been thinking that lately, and I woke up today and there was like a song where I was, you know, I sort of had a list of stuff I needed to write songs for, but I don't really have an idea of what a lot of them will sound like, and I generally just wait for them to come out. You know, I'll just be fiddling with the synthesizers, and I'll stumble into something and be like, oh, that would fit there. You know, I just wander about the keys and fuck about until I find something I like, usually. There are some songs where I have sat and thought about, you know, what I want. So it does depend, I guess, but a lot of mine just come out naturally. Wow, it was Rabbit Central here. What the fuck is all that all about? Oh, at last, we can clean the car up. But yeah, woke up and I just had this melody and stuff in my head, where it was like, oh, that would fit perfectly for, like, you know, that thing and that character. And yeah, so I had to run over to the synthesizer and quickly start recording what was in my head before I forgot it. And I have, so, you know. And that's the thing, I can't remember how to play it, but I've recorded it, so now I can remember because I just listened to it. And when I listened to it, I remember, wow, there's not a lot of jizz spray in here, it's just one. What a shit fucking place this is. You know you can carry two of these at once. We've done this before, right? I'm sure you know about it by now. I can't believe there's only one jizz in here. We better have a lot of jizz in it. No, it only has a... Oh, that was me thinking there might be more around the premises. Design flaw. Hope you got insurance. Because I'll be paying for that. It's not my fault that happened. Oh, I know we have brushes, but I like to keep them spare. Don't need to. I've told you before, you know, if you look at what we actually use, we don't use a lot of stuff, do we? Like, we're pretty good at, you know, not needing to carry things. Like I said, you know, if you're a beginner at this game, totally like carry an entire fucking auto parts shop with you or something, but, you know, if you've played it a bit, like, you realise you don't use most of that shit once you know how the game mechanics work. I'm gonna say this will do one stage and that'll break. That's a paddling. Biff. Just gonna have a look. There's sometimes jizz here. There's some jizz. There's some gas. We should probably be checking the oil, you know. There's another brush there. You know, it's the thing that people say for like when they're on about like medieval music. They always put it in waltz time, and they often have that tooraloo thing. And when I stop and think about it, I'm like really quite confident that odd meter music was outlawed in the Middle Ages because it was devil music. Oh, we hit the truck. Also, I'm really quite confident that that I've never heard a medieval song with tooraloo in it. So maybe there is one, I just don't know it. I mean, bloody Strawberry Far still bugs me, because everyone always sings Scarborough Far, and it's like, it's an old Scottish ballad. Why the fuck would they be singing about Scarborough? But now everyone sings those silly Simon and Garfunkel words for some reason. I really don't get that. Oh, look at you, car. Just leaving the showroom. I had a bumper that needed doing, didn't I? Oh, there's only 4 left in that other bottle. We can't do the whole car, because I have those sun visors to do as well. Unless... there goes a few more. There's probably another one somewhere. That's oil though. We'll see if we need some of that. So I'm not sure. Progress might not be quite so good in this part, but we haven't really had a proper stop like this in quite a while, so not too concerned about that. This bumper's already chromed up. We might actually be able to get this, you know. Yes, my hubcaps are good. They're all good. And as they're still on, we usually lose the fuckers. Factory fresh. Go another stage, I think. Looks that way. So I need to look at the oh man, they both got another stage to go. I guess it's not super important for those. I think we're about to exhaust the supply of this stuff for this building. Yeah, we only get 2 more out of it, so I don't think the jizz spray works on them. We might be able to give them a bit of a sponging down, like, I don't know, we'll find out. And then we'll just pick up some gasoline and see what we can do from there. Right, let's go for this one first, because this is the one that we gotta drive now. I think it's about as good as that's going to get, you know. We have one of these. How much is in it? You see, it's dodgy, isn't it? Oops. That wasn't what I meant to do, but whatever. Keep that in case we need it, like, you know, in an emergency. Always have a sponge with you, like in case you had to clean the dash. Yeah, I don't know if we can do these with this. We'll give it a go. I don't know. Likely, that's as clean as it'll get. There you go. Let's see if it will go another stage. I don't think it will. Oh, it will. Ah, crap. Now I gotta do the other one. Ah, shite. At least we can sponge. It seems there's a very small number of things we can sponge. We'll try and find some gasoline as we go around. Oh, there's... No, that's my old one. You stupid idiot! That was a foolish thing to do! It's not the long drive anymore, it's the long housekeeping. Yeah, it has another stage to go. Here we go. Yeah, it's got it. My car is like new. Look at it. Look at the beauty of the fucking... What a shit fucking car. Man, who would look after this fucking car? And that's one of the reasons I like it, because it's just such a reject car. That's the wrong way. It's crap. It drives bad, it handles slow, everybody hates it. I'm sure everybody hates it. I would hate it. Where's that gasoline? I know I saw some. It was in there, wasn't it? We'll pour that in, then we'll get the fuck out of here. I need to make progress. I gotta. I'm not worried about the water yet. I've seen no signs we're going to overheat. Now, if we do, it'll be a little bit exciting. A little bit arousing. You know? That sort of exciting. Realistically, we don't need to be putting gas in. I mean, how far's the car going to go from here? How long are we going to be driving it now? Oh shit. You want to destroy all my hard work? No, it's an hard bastard, this car. We know this car's an hard bastard. Ow. Ow. It has to be. Think of some of the fucking things this car's took on. Yeah, we have... Oh, cigarette's broken. Fuck you, cigarette. Unbrake. They keep coming undone. I think it's the hot weather we're having makes the glue shit. The Arabic cum or whatever it is. Oh, gum. Oh, wait. Well, that's disappointing. Ugh. No, stop! Let's break the end off and try again with this cigarette. See if that'll change its mind. Okay, no damage done. Good. I mean, some of the cars in this game break ridiculously easy sometimes, don't they? You know, you just turn a bit hard and bits fall off. And I do sometimes think the shiny bits are more prone to falling off than slightly rusty ones. What that is out there? Oh, it's a water tower. I don't want to go to that. They're boring. I was still kind of pissed off. I bought that engine that was like seized. It had a big lump of aluminum in it as well, which might actually be what was binding it up so bad. Other than the fact the magneto was binding up as well. And the crankshaft was bent, so... yeah, who knows. See, I want to go faster. I'm just... I don't do it because I don't want to, like, kill my car. I don't mind smashing my head in the steering wheel or whatever, but I just don't want to ruin the car, man. We've put so much work into this car to get it to where it is. To show the world, you know, what it's capable of. And when I'm done with it, I might kill it, so no one else can drive it. You know, we'll fill the engine up with alcohol or something so they can't start it. I mean, it would still start in real life, probably, but it just would seize. You know, in real life, I'd do something a bit more dire, like, or something that they wouldn't bother, like, repairing. You know, I'd, like, take the clutch out with it or something like that. In a desert like this, I suppose it would be quite easy to disable a car, just because there's not that much abundance of parts in theory, but then at the same time, in a desert like this, people are going to be more determined to fix it. You know, if you find a car in a city that's missing like a wheel, you know, you're not going to bother fixing it, are you? Because there's cars everywhere in like populated cities. You can just get another car. I mean, it's totally how I get around. I just, like, you know, get in cars that I see and I just drive. That's how cars work, right? You know, if they're there, you use them, don't you? I'm sure that's how it works. Anyway, yeah, the thing is, right, you know, in a desert, like, well, there's now, is there? Like, it's a desert. So, like, lack of food and water and certainly a lack of cars, you would think. I mean, this has lots of cars to say it's a desert, but there's still not very many. It's not like a city. Like, all this road would just be cars. So, you know, if you need that car working, I guess you'd put a bit more effort in. Like, in this kind of setting, you'd be like, well, no, actually, like, I'm going to get this car work. I'll use the lampposts to make fucking wheels if I have to. Good God, is this hill steep? Oh man, my car. What a brave little car, look at it. It's doing it. It's coming up here. Yeah, I think I've said before, the camera, if you rotate it like this, it's not at its origin, so if we press the tab key, it has to spin round real fast to get back where it started. I don't know if I want to stop there. We already stopped for a long time. There's not usually anything useful at these. It's so close to the road, we'll drive around the back of it and see if anything fun loads in. Realistically, with the distance we've done, we should be looking to replace this car, but I'm not going to do it. There, you see, this shows you how steep it is. Look how high it has to get, because the buildings, the terrain flattens around them. God, can you imagine living here? I'd live here. Looks like a nice place. 2107. Yeah. 2102 there, though. It's a bit like our car. Shall we have a quick look for gasoline? Nah, I don't think we will. I think we'll just go... I'm sure I saw a building at the top there, but I don't think I actually did. I think it was my brain playing tricks. I'm sorry, car. I know you don't like the hill, but... There you go, a bit faster than that shitty truck ever did. What the fuck's messing with my mirror? God, that truck was a piece of shit. I've never really liked those that much in this game. They're pretty neat. I will use them if I have to, but they won't be my first choice, but they also wouldn't be my last. You know, you can do a lot worse than them trucks. Oh, crap. Yeah, progress ain't so good in this one, is it? I can't read, the fucking needle's in the way. I think that's 268. Oh. Ack. Ack. Oh man, the road wants to kill my car. It's still going up. How are we not hitting a snow biome? We should be well into the fucking mountain bar now. 269. Look, I want to hit 305 by the time I'm done. That's like a Peugeot. I wonder if this game will ever get Peugeots, you know. I wouldn't mind getting a little 205. They might be a bit new for this game, but... I don't know, like I said, didn't I establish that it's probably taking place in like the 2000s, this game? So I mean, it's not infeasible that there might be a Peugeot 205, like one might have been made. Even if they didn't make very many in this world, you know, it could be like a super rare car. The problem is, I guess you've got the Golf, and they're kind of like similar cars, in a way, you know, they're both sort of like zippy little fucking hatchbacks. The difference is the Peugeot 205 was actually good and like nice to drive, like kinda. Well, I don't know, it was a bit heavy actually. That and I say shit on the Volkswagen transmissions. You know, I've never known a Volkswagen transmission to actually fucking work. But the Peugeot ones are a bit weird because jam the clutch down and you'd think you'd pushed it far enough, but there was always this little sort of extra shove you had to give it, like, just to actually, yeah, a bit weird like that. They were fine though, like, I don't remember them breaking en masse, so maybe it would be nice to have one. Or like maybe you could just get a mod that just replaces the Golf with a 205. That would be acceptable to me. Like, you know, if somebody made that. I mean, I know people have modified things in the game. I wouldn't use it for recording, like, or anything if I were loading mods, and I generally don't do the whole modding thing. You know, I'll make mods for games, I just won't play them. I don't think I'll look into modding this. I don't think I'd be able to do it. I tried to use Unity once a long time ago. I can't wrap my head around that engine. I just stick to working with the build engine. It's what I know, and it works for me, and I can get it to do pretty much whatever the hell I want. So, yeah. Like I said, I'd like to try and make something like this in it. It would only be a tech demo, because it'd be too much work. But I could certainly get an infinite road generator going. I kind of know how I would do it. It's just that it wouldn't be able to store the road, like, going back, so it would just randomly generate, like, the other way as well. Playing with her tight Lulu. I don't know. I think Fat Lulu sounds better, actually. Yeah, I quite like the look of fat girls' cunts, you know, it's usually quite smooth looking at least. Like, you know, they get fat enough, it kind of hides the saggy labia and everything. You can't see them no more. It just looks like somebody's jabbed a spatula in a piece of dough or something. So I guess there's advantages there. Again, I quite like the look of skinny chicks ones as well, so I guess I'm just not that particular about that kind of thing, really. Oh man, it looks uphill, doesn't it? But I don't think it is. I think it's just we've got that used to it. Seems excessively fast all of a sudden. So I don't like fully coasting. I find that it's harder to control a vehicle that's just sort of freewheeling. We biffed something there. Did we lose out? We still got the bumpers, we still got the lights, we still got the hubcaps. We have got the sun visors, we got the radios. Looked like there was a gap, but I think it's a reflection. There's a gap at there. That's the air conditioning feature. You got to pay extra for that. Oh, that little rock on the rock. Shoot, that is a rock. Let me double check. Make sure that's not a thing off my car. Looks like a rock, doesn't it? It's definitely a rock. Yeah, that was the noise there. See? Lynn 675. I'm going to call the car Lynn. There's now a lady called Lynn. Actually, I know a few ladies called Lynn, so I guess it's not really a very uncommon name where I come from. I'm thinking it's quite common. I've never noticed that before. I don't think it's very common anymore. It seems to be like generations like before, sort of between maybe like the born from like sort of in the 40s through to born in the 70s. It seems to disappear a bit like as the 80s go on. Ooh. Yeah, we're going for the old brake and gas at the same time thing. But you see how the back end wants to go? Me doing this, ridiculous as it sounds, it probably shouldn't work, actually makes it way less prone to like throwing the back end out. Ask me how it works. I didn't write the physics engine. I can just report how it reacts to my inputs. There's the other thing on a lot of vehicles, if you start skidding, smacking the parking brake on, especially if you're rolling. Like, the game probably has like quite a primitive way of handling that, is just to minus motion, like add friction. You know, it's probably all it's doing, and so it'll just reduce the speed universally almost. I don't know, it could just be the physics system being wacky. Doesn't really matter, it's a thing to try. Like, if you're having a lot of trouble with this kind of thing, like, next time you're in that situation, try it in the parking brake, because it's not something you would instinctively do, like in real life, in that situation. But fuck off, I'm not touching that. They'll make it worse. I mean, you know, it's not real life, is it? In real life, if you went sliding off in the desert, the car would probably flip, like, every single time it went side on, because the fucking tyres would just dig through the sand. I mean, do you think these are tyres that are any good for driving on sand, you know? Do you think when we floor the car, like, on the sand when we go out to the boats and stuff, like, yeah, the car doesn't have that much torque, but it's on fucking sand. It's got, like, very little traction. It would still spin the wheels. I can spin the wheels of a bicycle easily on sand. So a fucking car engine will do it is. I mean, what is this engine? Like 50, 60 horsepower, like, maybe? I don't know. This VW one's probably bigger. I was thinking of the Lada one, but, you know, this VW's certainly got to be up there, you'd think. We'll just say about 60 horses. Lada one might be real puny, like 40 or something, but it doesn't really matter. Like, the point is, it's still enough. Like, you know, if I'm about 1.5, 2 horsepower, then a car engine this size, you can't even use the weight argument. Because I'm not sure the car having more weight is going to help it out that much when it's on sand. There's probably some magic number in the middle. You know, if it's too light, it will get no traction whatsoever on the sand, but if it's too heavy, it will still get no traction and just dig itself in. Yeah, physics is weird. It's pretty good when... I'm not saying I have an advanced understanding of the sciences or anything, but it's one thing I will say, and I'm sure a lot of people who watch my channel will know where I'm coming from with this, is life actually gets quite a bit easier sometimes if you have, like, a decent understanding of, like, physics and thermodynamics and fluid dynamics and stuff like that. You know, it can be a pretty rudimentary understanding, but if you have, like, some concept of these things and how to apply them, it's amazing what you can actually, like, you know, take shortcuts with and stuff. You know, you notice people struggling to do a thing, and you just kind of get a long piece of metal or something and do it with ease. Like, that would be a very basic thing of it. Like just using a cheater bar on a particularly stubborn, like, fastening or something. When you get into more advanced stuff, you know, it could be about, like, directing rainwater around on a structure, or, you know, dealing with heat dissipation on a thing, or using heat dissipation to your advantage to make something else happen. You know, it's yeah, it's pretty good. I don't understand people who have no desire to learn, like, anything about how the universe works. It's like, you know, we do live in the universe. You should probably at least make an effort to figure out, like, how it operates somewhat. I mean, you're not going to find all the answers of it, but, you know, at least try to understand, like, how it behaves a little bit. I mean, it makes building things easier if you have, like, a bit of understanding of, like, you know, stresses and stuff, like, and the material you're working with and how it reacts, because you can use less material, you know. Oh no. Yeah, sexy alien babes, I'm here. Yes, they've come to fucking look. Hello, hello aliens. Yes. No, no, bastards. Oh. I'm here. Let's get after him. That's a fair point. They'll probably want to do that on me, given my track record. Oh god. Well, maybe I should just let them for science, you know. We'll just see how it works when they do it. And it might work different, mightn't it? Maybe they don't need to do it, so that would be ideal. Oh yeah, that would be fantastic if that's not a function they have to do. Let's get after them. I think they missed us because the car's green and the biome's green and the spaceship light is green. So, you know, like, oh, there's nothing there. Must just be blades of grass waving. And we've already, like, you know, tried having sex with that and it didn't, like, do anything for us. So, we're like, where is that guy? We need to find him. I'm right here, aliens. And those poor alien babes, they must be getting really, really frustrated if they're coming over again. Let's put a neon sign on top of the car or something to let them know. To let them see, like, you know, yeah, there he is. I might just be able to make it to the target distance, but I'm going to have to drive like hell if I want to fit it in one part. It's a grass biome. We usually crash in grass biomes. But I'm going to floor it. I'm going to. That's it. We're going for it. I will get to 303 because I think we started at 253. I'll try and get to 305 before we hit 45 minutes. I have about 8 minutes to do it. Technically a bit more probably because I usually sort of round up my starting time. Because I hadn't forgotten the bet I made. You know, I have a feeling I'm going to live to regret some of the things I said in this playthrough. Like, I can't remember what I had to do if I lost the bet. Probably drive a Trabant for like 1,000 fucking kilometres or something, won't it? So that'll do it. Either that or it'll turn out I actually have like a massive female audience and my inbox is going to be spammed with fucking Wassa Sports again, or maybe it'll turn out like, you know, there's aliens watching and I've just started an intergalactic war with my remarks about them. But no, I've not forgotten that I said I would do this in less than 100 episodes. Probably going to be unlucky and get like the longest road anyone's ever seen. It'll be like fucking 90,000 metres. I still don't understand that, like it's a kilometre, like it's 1,000 metre. So when you have 1,000 of those, it's a kilometre, a kilokilometre. Or does that just not have its own unit of measurement? Because that would be weird, like if that was the case. You know, do you have to go a million, like what is that, like a millimetre? Because that makes it sound small. That's like a millimetre. That's confusing. A megametre? Because I mean that would fall in line with like, you know, computer measurements, which people do often round to 10, and it's annoying because hard drive companies have been using that to rip us off for years. Oh, it's totally a 20 gigabyte hard drive. Look, it's 20,000 megabytes. It's like, that isn't 20 gigabytes. Oh no, well we said gigabytes, so you're thinking of gigabytes. It's like, no, it didn't used to work that way. Well, yes, because kilo defines 1,000, and it's like, that's an approximation. It's just for simplicity and like coherency, so it needs some new words. Megameter. That sounds fucking ridiculous. It sounds like the boss in some Japanese fucking menu simulator game. It does amaze me. Japan used to be really cutting edge with games at one time. You look at them now and all they make is like Space Invaders with Red Book music and fireworks in the background, or like Sage Accounts. You know, I'm pretty certain, like, if you have a nested menu in an application, the Japanese, our target would be just past that building, not far. You know, would think that was like, you know, the hip new fucking thing. You know, like, oh shit, this Sage Accounts, that's really advanced game. Like, look at all the the input fields and all the laws of menus. And I don't think actual Japanese people are like that, but it seems like a lot of the game development studios are. You know, Windows 95 probably sold really well in Japan because it came with like a free game built in. It was called the Start menu. It's just like Final Fantasy or something. I'm sure somebody watching this loves that game, and I wouldn't tell you not to, don't worry. Oh, angry rabbits. Let's keep driving. Maybe they want me as bad as the aliens do. Well, I'm sorry, rabbits, I made my decision. Aliens first, trees next, aeroplanes after that, and what else was it? I can't remember. Yeah, you're way down on the list now, rabbits. I don't like the smell of you. You smell horrible. You need to go and take a bath every once in a while. Well, what do you mean there's no water to have a bath? That's not my problem. Go and fix it. Go jump down them wells. There might be water down there. Maybe. I don't know. Go find out. 3:05. There we go. We did it. I should have enough time to get to the next building. I can actually slow down now, I suppose. Shall we? Maybe we should. God, are we still on two smoke mixing this? Come on, you got to give it to me. That was fucking well handled. Are we still on two-stroke mix? So you see, I did that on purpose because I wanted to check the smoke that was coming out. I'm actually getting used to driving this piece of shit car. Oh, come on, man. Don't let me get good at driving this car. You know, it's like I'm not good at driving in this game, and this will be the car I actually get good at driving in, you know. Yet again, this car exceeds, like, all realistic expectations. I do not know how it does it. It is not a particularly fast car. Look at the average speed we do is gash compared to, like, that Plymouth. And we just knock the distances out of the park. Like, how the fuck is it doing this? I might keep it until part 30. I'm not even fucking shitting you. I might keep this car for an extra few parts. I really, really might. Because it's just fucking going for it. And, you know, that truck certainly cost us 2 parts, didn't it? So we should give this car an extra 2 parts to make up for it, at least. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. We're not stopping there. It's not another boat in the road, is it? Oh, fuck off, rabbit. You can't have my penis. It's reserved for the alien babes. And those fat babes. Oh, yeah. Get me some fat chicks at the end of the road. And some average size ones and some skinny ones. I decided to let it slide there because it was like, if I try and correct that, I'm probably going to hit that post. It's because the terrain generation is getting worse, and it's going to just keep bottoming out. So there will come a point where I don't even think we can drive these cars. I would have to drive them very slow. Let's go up the road a bit in case the summit spawns when we come back, because it does still duplicate sometimes. Just doesn't have the torque in it to spin your wheels about. Well, right on schedule. I'm High Treason, thanks for watching, and I guess I'm going to see you in the next one. Let's have a look at our total distance really, really quick here. I want to know how far we've driven. How far do we... I really need to clear this out, don't I? I'll be here until the end of time. See, how are we this far off on part numbers? I swear this is a bigger gap than it should ought to be. Those are parts where I just haven't saved. 1132. Oh, no, 82. 1182. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 with. I'm telling you, this car, it fucking flies, and I don't know how it does it. But in any case, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and yeah, whatever. I guess. I don't know. Don't expect word of wisdom from me. You're in the wrong place if you want those.